All right, doing something a little new today, taking the kayak out to try and connect to the Weweantic River out there. So this is all cut in from a buddy of mine for his pump house for his cranberry bogs, which are up there. So I'm gonna drop the kayak in this little area that he had cleared out. And I know the Weweantic River is right up there, and it's gonna flow downstream this way. So based on all the maps that I've looked at, I should be able to cut right in here and follow it downriver for a good amount. So I'm gonna try that out today. I apologize in advance for this audio. It's gonna be super windy today, so I'm using the DJI and I'm using the phone, so it might be a little bit choppy. Also, just a side note, these racks are amazing. These have been really good. I know they seem a little bit cumbersome because of where they're located, but the whole point is that they drop down and it makes it easier to access from the side. And having something to step on is definitely crucial, but if you're on really flat, level ground, you can actually make it work. I'm not really planning on packing much. I'm kind of just doing a little scouting up ahead to see where this goes. So I'm not going to pack like for a full day of being out here. It's kind of cold and windy, but I'm going to do a little bit of scouting up there. Of course, I just put all my winter stuff inside, so I don't really have much in the truck. I got my hat, I'll take that, but I think it's going to be kind of chilly. Might be a little tough to see them, but you get some turtles in there. I've actually seen a bunch. These are the first turtles of the season that I've seen. Well, I went upstream as much as I could. It kind of came to a dead end over here, so I'm going to just keep heading back downstream. Can already tell this is probably going to be kind of disorienting going back. It seems like there's a few ways to go through this, so I'm just trying to retrace my steps the best way that I can. Well, it appears I've come to a dead end coming downstream. I'm going to go back a little bit and see if I missed something, but I think this might be the end of the road here. Well, it wasn't quite what I was hoping. It wasn't as long as I was planning on it being, but it was still cool to go in there. I guess now I know. I've been meaning to check it out for a while. So I'm thinking I'm going to just pop this thing open and make some lunch and get out of the wind, because it's crazy windy out here. But I'm going to open this thing up. So fun fact, while we're on the subject of kayaks with the Canopy camper. So I have those Yakima racks up there. You saw it when the kayak was on there. You actually can open this tent with the kayak strapped to the roof. And then I also have an Apache case from Harbor Freight full of stuff. That thing's heavy. And then I have a light, which is a stainless light from a friend of mine that makes them, DMI Overland. So there's a lot of weight up there. And even when I have the kayak on there, it's a little sketchy, but you can open this tent and it will stay open with the kayak on it, which is just insane. I've only ever done it a handful of times. I've only slept with it 1 or 2 times, and it is kind of scary knowing that it's up there, but I've had no reason to think that this is gonna fall. I wouldn't do it if it was snowing or anything accumulating on the roof there, but it works great. All right, we got her lit. She's cranking on high, so should get toasty in here. So I just had a little snack, but this is kind of where the camper's sitting at these days. I got a couple little projects I'm trying to do before OK 4-wheel drive in a couple weeks, but this is kind of where we're at. All right, well, time to pack her up. Just hung out for a little bit in there, had a snack. Feeling kind of lazy today. Pretty much all I got. It was a fun little experiment. I was just curious to see if we can go a little bit further, but I'll have to scout out the map a little bit. Maybe if I drop in a little bit further down river, I'll have a little bit better luck with making some distance out there, but that was still pretty cool.